Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. I just want to say a big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you to all of the new subscribers, of course, who have subscribed this month. I really appreciate your presence here. I really appreciate your friendship and the support that you show me and everyone else in the comment section as well. So thank you so much for being here. A big congratulations to this month's winner of the free tarot reading. So if you are subscribed, please drop your comment below so that you can be entered for your chance to win a free tarot reading. And I will be drawing that name very shortly in a couple of weeks, maybe even next week. Actually, I might do an extra winner for this month. So be sure to drop your comment below so that I can enter you for your chance to win. But if you have found yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you to this space. I do pick a card readings on this channel. So if you're into tarot, please join us, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather at my table. For today's topic, we are looking at the person on your mind who may have sort of just disappeared unexpectedly out of your life. Why did they ghost you? And will they actually contact you soon? Are they going to make contact again? We're going to look into that today for you. We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the Tarot of the Divine with the little I can't think of the ladybug. Pile number 2 with the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot with the butterfly, and pile number 3 here with the Light Seers Tarot and the dragonfly. But whatever pile or piles are calling out to, there may be a message waiting from Spirit, and I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today we're asking the question, why did they ghost you, and are they going to make contact? Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You are drawn to the little ladybug or to the Tarot of the Divine here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, why did they ghost you, and are they going to make contact? So we're going to start with the whys. Why did they ghost? I just saw the King of Swords. They could be an air sign. Why did they ghost pile number 1, please? So Libra energy with this person, definitely. We saw the King of Swords a few moments ago as well. The 8 of Coins. Why did they ghost? King of Pentacles. For someone watching, I really feel like there's a lot of pressure on this person's shoulders as far as their job or something that they're spending a lot of time investing in. This King of Pentacles just feels like the weight of the world is on their shoulders right now. And there's definitely a work element coming through. The Emperor. Taurus energy, Libra energy as well. Page of Pentacles, back of the deck is the Judgment. Let's clarify this message. So I'm definitely getting a work complication that has sprung up for this person. We have the Sun. We have the 8 of Cups. For another person watching, because I'm dealing with collective energy and I have a lot of different energies coming in. So please, if it doesn't resonate with you, please take the messages that do resonate and leave behind those that do not. There is this sense of feeling like they were not being 100% honest when they were speaking with you, that their life was a little bit more complicated than they perhaps let you think it was. There's a sense of them walking away because of complications when it comes to their relationships even. So there's a work element here for someone, but there's also this complication with not being 100% honest about their availability, not being 100% honest even about their emotional availability as well, because there's a sense of them protecting something else, protecting a relationship or protecting the opportunity, an opportunity for something that perhaps they've been holding space for some time. Queen of Swords, back of the deck, Magician, and the Empress. So there is definitely a message coming through about potentially other people or another interest that they were holding space for. And it feels like this person may have kind of made their interest known to the person on your mind. And so they really, and this was something that they had been holding on to for some time. So it's not, it doesn't really speak to their attraction for you. It has, you know, it's really so much speaks to something that they've been holding space for from the past. And this opportunity has sprung up for them at this juncture. Because I do feel like, to be honest, it was kind of hard for them to make this decision. But ultimately, it's like it still feels like they're falling back into some sort of comfort zone for themselves. I do feel as though that they will utilize work as a big reason as to why they did ghost, especially if they do come forward in the future to reach back out to you. They're going to come forward with definitely a work story for you. They're going to tell you that work was weighing down upon them, or they had to take advantage of an opportunity and they had to, so they're going to use work as a little bit of a scapegoat. And I'm not saying that that's not a factor, because I feel like it is a factor, but I also feel like there's something to do with a relationship here with the Two of Cups. It's like they're protecting something that they've been holding space for. And you can even see with the Emperor here, he has his sword in the stone. It's like there's a truth that they were holding back from your communication. They weren't being 100% honest about perhaps their availability at that time. Intuitive communication, it says silent whispers of the heart. It came out reversed because I feel like they were holding back something. Even if you, whoops, if you take a look at the Strength card, she's wrestling the crocodile out of his lion suit. And we have here liberation. It says breaking free from a negative attachment. We do have the Eight of Cups here supporting their position, which is talking about somebody who's walking away because they weren't feeling 100% emotionally invested in the connection. They weren't feeling, they felt like their direction had to be elsewhere. They felt like the potential was somewhere else, potentially here, even with the Page of Coins. And even with these white stags, there's a symbol of sort of strength and gaining clarity from another connection or from another person coming forward here as well. Back of the deck is Tree of Life, fertility, creativity, destiny, and magical blessings. Why did they ghost? Pile number 1, please. Spirit is definitely coming over the top to make sure that you don't sort of embody or absorb this person's actions as inherently sort of some sort of testimony to your worth, because it doesn't matter if you're the Empress, the Emperor, it doesn't matter. They're saying that you are so worthy and valuable, and this person's actions towards you are not a reflection of that worth, and they want to make sure that you are understanding that that's how they perceive you. We have here, well, it says family wishes come true. And it feels like this person, again, it's like something that they had wished for sort of became available to them. Something they'd been holding space for became available. And it caused this, for you, disappointment in a friend or lover, the Flute. And it's the wishing well as well. We have the Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. And we have here the Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. So there's this energy of them kind of wishing for something, putting that wish up on a shelf, and it's something someone that they held deep affection for as well. So it's like easier to tell themselves in your connection that maybe that they weren't feeling as emotionally invested. But the truth is that they're not seeing things 100% clearly. You know, they're not, because their clarity is below. It's just a support. So they seem to be very focused and very kind of tunnel visioned towards a different pathway or a different opportunity. Let's ask Spirit about the future. Is this person going to reach out? Are they going to make contact with pile number 1, please, in the future? Are they going to make contact with pile number 1? We have the Nine of Cups. Spirit. The Queen of Cups. And there's a big, strong emotional investment here. I feel like this has been very difficult for you. This person just kind of taking off. You have the Three of Wands. Six of Pentacles. Are they going to reach out to pile number one, please? Queen of Wands. Two of Wands with the Four of Wands. I do feel like they are going to reach out to you. It almost feels like, though, that because we have a lot of things going on here that are sort of falling out, but we have the Sun as the backup deck, which is a yes, a definite yes for you. Here's the Ace of Swords, there's the Page of Swords. So it's an opportunity for you to gain clarity, to gain some closure in this situation. Spirit says that the delay will be here, though. There'll be a delay which will frustrate you because the Queen of Wands comes forward supporting the Queen of Cups, who's very emotionally invested, but she doesn't like to be kept waiting. So she gets a little bit frustrated when she has to be kept waiting. But the expansion is coming, but it's going to test your insecurity because of that delay. But we definitely have opportunities for the two of you to clear the air. The issue comes in with some of the energy that is attached to the communication itself, because there is this sense of them potentially not being 100% honest even at that point as well. So Spirit definitely wants you to see things from every perspective and spend some time to clearly decide how you want to proceed with this connection once it opens back up. But they do see this person reaching back out to you after a time. There is something about looking into their past, though. The Seven of Swords is somebody who's kind of trying to get away with something that doesn't belong to them, so there could be secrecy associated with them coming forward and speaking to you at that time. But Spirit says yes, you will hear from this person. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number one. Advice for pile one, please, in the bowl today. Advice for when this person reaches back out to you. There's a definite sense of there's a discrepancy between the balance here in this connection. You know, it's like there's an acknowledgement that they've left you out in the cold. Here's the Lovers. And there's the Tower. So the Nine of Swords, the Lovers, the Tower in the bowl for you today as advice from your guides and angels. The Lovers is ruled by Gemini, and it encourages us to, instead of focusing on the heat and the attraction and the connection itself, they ask us to pull our awareness up a little bit higher to see things from every single angle so that we can make decisions accordingly. This in-between phase is affording us the opportunity to overcome our own fears and insecurity. The Nine of Swords is really showcasing how this person's actions have really thrust you into a period of despair. You know, at the very worst end of it, despair and anxiety, some depression potentially. And we can't have epiphanies come in. We can't make decisions towards our best interest when we're in that mindset. So they ask us now to pull ourselves into a state of awareness from every single angle so that we can have those epiphanies come in when this communication opens back up, because they're going to be bringing in a lot of downloads for you, and a lot of truths are going to come out about how, especially in the delay, because the frustration you feel, that's how we come to know the truth, you know, by the way that it feels inside. So the frustration is going to speak a lot of things to you. It's going to speak volumes, and there's some epiphanies coming in. And some of these epiphanies, Spirit says, not for everyone, because of course the path you walk is your own, but for some of you watching, you may come to different conclusions which create permanent change in how you perceive the situation and the potential in the future. In the bowl today we have the Heart with a Key, so someone keeping secrets. We do have the Black Star of Aquarius, which is this helplessness and feeling lost. We have you are my sunshine, and that's Spirit really wants us to keep our head high and follow the sun. And there's also a message in the bowl about somebody who has a pet that's really important to them, and who is, it's like you rely on this pet. It's like a service animal potentially, or even an emotional kind of service animal that can help us move forward. So there's a sense of connecting with an animal. So take that as it resonates. That's not for everyone. We have here the hammer, which is the symbol of putting in effort and work. And I do feel like there's some sort of work connection, or that will be one of the things that they tell you when they come forward, is there's a lot of work. We have out. We have the strawberry. We have the little snowflake. We have the letter P. We have Virgo in the bowl, and we also have Cancer energy. We have the hand of Hamza. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comment section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, your like buttons, all of your buttons. It helps me to bring you guys more content. And be sure to drop your comments so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I'm also going to take a moment to say that there's been a lot of scammers in the comment section, and they are not affiliated with the Tarot Cottage in any way. So please protect yourselves. I would hate to see anybody taken advantage of in the comment section. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the butterfly, or perhaps to the Sante Morte Book of the Dead, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, why did they ghost? Why did they disappear? And are they going to make contact? So let's take a look at the whys. We're already getting messages coming out. We have Taurus energy with the Emperor. Oh, we have one that's flipped over. 3 of Wands, along with the Hanged Man. Oh, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. That's too many. I'm going to switch the decks here. I'll put it back and try again. Why did they ghost, please? For pile number 2. The Judgment. We have the 9 of Wands with the 9 of Swords coming out sideways, which is interesting. So we'll keep those together. The 10 of Swords. Back of the deck is the Devil. Let's clarify this message. I feel like there's something, especially for someone watching, there's something really profound happening in this person's life right now. Can we clarify, please, the Emperor? Why did they ghost? 9 of Cups. Six of Swords. Knight of Swords. The Page of Wands. The Queen of Cups. Back of the deck is the Ace of Swords. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, and there's the 10 of Wands. This is a message that Spirit says could sting a little bit, and that's why there's a bit of a trigger warning on this particular pile, because this feels like a really big rejection, and it feels like it hurts a lot. Like it feels like this person, you really thought that this was your person. This could have been the one that you could have expanded with, that you could have really grown with, and there's a lot of emotional investment here. And this Ace of Swords, you can see it's bringing the truth up out of the brambles, but it's this big skull here. This is the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot, so it's filled with skulls, which is automatically this symbol of grief. And the transition that you've experienced, this 5 of Pentacles, is this rejection and this unknown, which is really bothering you. It's hard. It's like we can't move forward unless we get the closure. And that's what it feels like. It's like everything was moving forward, and we really thought this person was invested, and they acted excited, and they acted, happy, and then boom, it's like the wind's knocked out of me because I don't understand. And Spirit says that this is a little bit of a painful a little bit of a painful message, because they say there could have been another person involved. And that could be something that is very emotionally devastating to you, because it stings. And that's, you can even see here with the Ten of Swords, this wasp end, which is the symbol that it hurts. When if you've ever been stung by a wasp, it hurts a lot. And so there's a sense of this hurting a lot. This person's actions hurting a lot, and even the reasons behind their ghosting, it stings. It hurts a lot. And what is really bothersome is the fact that there was such an emotional investment from you, and you also felt that emotional investment returned to you from this person. It was reciprocated, which really speaks to sort of somebody who is like almost playing both ends of the spectrum, or, you know, making an extra effort to secure your heart in essence. Or you may feel like that's how they behaved, like making the extra effort, showing a lot of enthusiasm, and then boom, it's just gone, and now we can't move forward. And it's a shame, because it really does prove that this person, it's so much easier for them, instead of being honest, and they could have been honest, but they just couldn't overcome their own fear and anxiety about it. It was so much easier for them to just disappear without an explanation, because then they didn't have to put themselves through that ringer. They didn't have to put themselves through the frustration. They didn't have to watch any suffering, you know, out of sight, out of mind, because the reason for their ghosting seems to be some sort of new beginning. And it's not that they're getting out, you know, judgment free. They're judging themselves right now. They're judging themselves right now, for sure. And I feel like they have a lot of anxiety because of their actions. If that makes, and that Spirit says, if it makes us feel any better, they're having anxiety, and they're having a difficult time with their actions as well. But it does seem to be explorative in nature, and it does seem to have something to do with potentially another situation. So take that as it resonates. And again, Spirit's very adamant that this could be a painful message for you. So they are trying to surround you with as much love as possible. It really is interesting, because this Emperor comes out first as a very protective energy. And he is someone who is supposed to be the authority figure. He's supposed to stand solidly on the ground. He's supposed to have the wherewithal, if he wants to disappear, to speak honestly about it. But truly, Spirit says, as much as this person's presenting themselves as the Emperor, they have a long way to go. We have bouquet here. It says compliments from an admirer. And it says here, you need to defend yourself, the shield. And I do feel like, and even the family, we have the tree of life, but it's affairs with your family reversed. And the shield was them avoiding any conflict by just poofing and disappearing into, you know, into thin air, avoiding the conflict because they didn't want to have to defend themselves. It's easier to not have to defend myself. We have lobster. It says financial pinch, and we have mice. It says discord among friends or family. And there does seem to be a situation going on with their family as well. As I said, I feel like there's something bigger happening for someone watching too, for their person. There's something bigger going on in their life. There's an upheaval happening as well. And when I see the lobster, I think of someone who is our quote unquote person, like the person who we thought was our person. So we have multiple energies coming in because of the collective, and I just even seen the dagger because the mice fell off, discord among friends or family. But because I'm dealing with collective energy, I have multiple energies floating in. So we definitely have this sense of something, a personal upheaval within the family, within their extended family. But I also feel like there is other individuals involved with the ghosting. I have so much desire for you in the reversal. And I feel like they would have told you that. They would have told you how much they liked you, how invested they were, how excited they were. But it says, now is not the time, I'm terrified. And there's the Nine of Swords. I do feel like for someone watching, this person just really wasn't ready for perhaps what they had promised and what your expectations were too, which sort of created this personal upheaval. We have yeah, nah, and it's so much easier to just out of sight, out of mind, to just fantasize and not make something real. And then we have wait. I still don't have all of the answers. They were being very passive and they didn't see what was sitting right in front of their face. It's like they had blinders on. Even though they were telling you that they were very invested, even though they were telling you all of these beautiful things, I feel like they're really scared of commitment as well. So they may have just used a scapegoat, any reason to sort of disappear so that they can ease some of this fear of moving forward. But let's take a look at the future. Is this person going to reach back out? We do have the wait card, but it is over top of the 10 of Swords. So let's take a look here. Is this person going to reach back out to pile number 2, please? Page of Swords. Spirit says this person has a lot to learn. It's like they could be watching you, watching your social media. There could be a school connection here. And it's going to take them some time before they see everything in the full spectrum. Are they going to reach back out to pile number 2, the Chariot? I just saw the 10 of Swords as well. Are they going to reach back out? It's like they have to make some sort of decision about whether or not they're going to allow themselves to, yeah, it's like they can't figure out which direction they want to go in. Do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? Are you going to reach back out to you? I do feel they will. The Justice back up deck with the Sun. Yes, they will. Spirit says yes. There'll be a sudden turn of events in your favor here when they reach back out, and it creates a natural doorway to allow for clarity to come in, especially there's the Page of Wands. But that's the problem, Spirit says, with quote-unquote closure, is that it doesn't actually create closure. Spirit is predicting that when this opens up, even if there, whatever the complications may be because of the blocking itself or because of the ghosting rather, they say it's going to sort of rile things up a little bit more. And this Page of Wands is talking about new potential. They feel like this person is going to come back at you with a lot of fire and a lot of flirtation. This could be a sort of a way for them to skirt around some of the ghosting that happened in the past to avoid the conflict. This person seems to be an avoider. It's like the path of least resistance. They tried to avoid conflict. So they're going to come back at you with a lot of flirtation to perhaps, and maybe a bit of over-the-top bravado to perhaps distract from, again, the fact that they walked away so abruptly. But Spirit says, yes, they will come back around to you, pile 2. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Pile number 2. Advice for pile 2 in the bowl. Advice for pile number 2 for when this person makes contact. Oops. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups reversed. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. Now, there's a sense here of somebody coming in with a lot of feigned confidence, and this 6 of Wands is asking you for confidence, asking you to keep your head high, asking you to maintain your position, because then we have this 10 of Cups in the reverse position, which is talking about the emotional way that you feel when they pop back in. Like there's a sense of how they make you feel right this moment. They've made you feel frustrated, lonely. There's an isolation about the 10 of Cups reversed. It's just, it makes you question yourself. And so there's still going to be those feelings coming in when this person reaches back out. So they could reach back out to you pretty soon, actually, because there's not a lot of time for us to gain some reflection or gain some opportunity to reflect so we can balance ourselves back out. So Spirit says they may reach out to you soon. And then we have this Knight of Wands reversed as well. It's somebody who's coming in with some impulsivity. So somebody who's going to come in feigning confidence very impulsively towards you. So Spirit says we may actually behave impulsively when this person comes in as well. We may act in kind and again follow them right down that pathway that we saw with the Page of Wands, because there is a big strong mutual attraction here. But the Ten of Cups, when in the reverse position, is asking us for complete clarity. That's why they're talking about the Justice with the Ace of Swords, to maintain our perception from a high point, so that we don't get lost in the lustful feeling, or we don't get lost in the emotional conviction that we're feeling. Because there's an automatic excitement. Again, we get excited that there's this turn of events in our favor, and so we could get a little bit lost in the shuffle. Some of our emotions could get lost in the shuffle. And whatever path you take, your guides will walk with you, of course. There's no wrong path. They're just saying that there's this person may try to skirt around the issues that left you feeling insecure, and your feelings matter, and they want to make sure that we are paying attention to our own feelings. We have H and F. We also have here this configuration. It almost looks like Taurus energy, or the Capricorn. We have the blue star, so it's a healing energy and sadness. We have the yin yang, and we have direction moving forward. We have yin yang twice. Hand of Hamza, and actually this is the second time the Hand of Hamza has come out today. We have the World in motion, so we will have connection again, and it's an opportunity for us to express ourselves emotionally, but this person may try to keep it in the fire realm to avoid some of that emotional expression. We have here the Divine Feminine as the Mermaid, which is a beautiful temptress and a siren, and we have the guitar as well. And reunions with the bunch of bananas. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comment section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content. If you do, be sure to make sure you hit your notification bell if you drop that comment below, so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Dragonfly, and this is your reading. You are also drawn here to the Light Seers Tarot. I keep having to look on the shelf to see what the name of this deck is. The Light Seers Tarot, and this is your reading. Why did the person on your mind ghost you, and will they be reaching back out to you? So why did they ghost? That's where we're going to start. Why did they ghost you? You have the Ten of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, along with the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands. Back of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. Now, Spirit's already talking about, the true reason why anybody ghosts anyone. They're already speaking about the true reason this person ghosts is because they're really insecure. You can see them clutching onto that handbag. There's a lot of insecurity and lack mindsets associated with the Four of Pentacles. And even with the Seven of Pentacles with the Magician, it really showcases how this person isn't sort of ready to, or wasn't ready to face their own truth or their own power. It's like they're a work in progress. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And there's actually a message coming through right now for someone watching that ultimately this is going to be one of the best things that ever happened to you. That's what I just heard. This is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you, because it's going to you're going to come to see that this person they weren't on your frequency, they're not on your level or something. There's just this, it's like preparing you for something bigger and better. Clearing the way for something bigger and better. The Three of Wands. But why did they ghost, please? Judgment. Three of Swords. Back of the deck is the Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. So Spirit says the reason this person ghosted is because they were in pursuit of some other avenue. They were in pursuit of some other direction, some other curiosity towards an emotional commitment or emotional investment. So it could have something to do with another person. Because the travel, the potential, the movement here definitely is associated with fire, definitely associated with the painfulness that this has created for you, but I feel like it's in conjunction with another emotional offer, another pathway for them. Even the Knight of Swords here, you can see he's chasing after this bike, but it's about acting impulsively without gathering enough information first. And even with the Seven of Pentacles, with the Magician, it's like they acted too impulsively in this case. They didn't gather enough information before they went recklessly down that pathway. And I don't feel like they necessarily found what they were looking for on that path, or they won't find what they're looking for on that path, but that's going to be their cross to bear once they come to that realizations, but they haven't gotten there yet. They're going to get there, but they haven't gotten there yet. But it has something to do with the exploration of a new path. But that's why Spirit really wants us to adopt the mentality of this Ten of Swords. And as soon as the Ten of Swords goes down, it's never a great omen in a reading. But this particular Ten of Swords is the most optimistic that I have in almost all of my decks, because it talks about sort of letting go of our expectations, and instead, if we've made it past a dark night, we can make it to the dawn of that new day where we can gain the perspective and the clarity that we need, so we can formulate a new plan, so we can set ourselves on a new course. And you chose the dragonfly perhaps for a reason, because it talks about changing directions quickly. And that's why Spirit really presented it with the Wheel of Fortune, because as you can see, you're the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. You know, whether you're the feminine, the masculine, it doesn't matter. You're being presented as somebody who's on the top tier, who's sitting on a throne already. And this person is being presented as more of a and I'm gonna use a Bridgerton term, because that's been all over. Everyone's been watching Bridgerton. More of like a rake type of person, somebody who may be easily swayed. Their eyes are easily pulled in different directions. So you're just not on the same frequency. They're not on your level. And the reason why you're going to be happy about this is because Spirit sees you expanding in another realm with another person. And this person that's coming through for you, like the person that ghosted you, isn't on their level either. They're not on their level. But this person's on your level. And that's why Spirit says you're going to be happy that this didn't work out, because it wasn't meant to. It wasn't meant to work out potentially here, because there's something else that is in alignment with your movement and expansion. And so they want you to know that this pain that you're feeling, it's not going to last. They're very adamant about that. That's not to say that this person won't decide to reach back out. So we're going to check on that in a moment, because I'm definitely already getting messages about somebody coming in too late. We have January being significant to this connection in some way. Just saw March, an older woman. We have here the leg. It says you're stepping into a new experience, and I feel like that's what happened with your person as well. They're stepping into a new experience. But you can see here in the leg, it looks like they're going to step into something sharp. It doesn't look very warm and comforting, the energy that they're heading into. We have Tortoise slowly but surely getting ahead. It says do not back down with the Bull card, and younger woman dealing in relationships with a younger woman, and four-leaf clover, great fortune, good luck on your side. That's why the dragonfly is talking about transformation for you, and transformation that's going to take you in an entirely new direction. There's a purpose and a reason why this person came into your life, and now there's a reason why they had to flow out of it. And I just heard that quote from Kermit the Frog from that one Christmas Carol movie where he said life is made up of meetings and partings, and that is the way of it. And that's what I just keep hearing in my mind. That is the way of it. And Spirit wants us to instead sit very securely on our throne. Look how unbothered she is. Unbothered because it's lining you up for something bigger. It's lining you up for something bigger. And they understand it's going to take some time for you to, with the Patience card, for you to gain that confidence back and to feel the confidence and the security that she's actually embodying here in this card. But even by January, things could be shifting and turning for you in the love realm specifically. So let's take a look specifically here though. Will this person reach back out? Actually, I'm going to pull a couple message cards from this person first. I just saw the Ace of Cups and I just saw the Sex card. So why did they go, Spirit? I don't have all the answers. Two of Swords, indecision and inability to commit and not appreciating what's sitting in front of them. Having blinders on when it comes to you. My life started when I met you. So they ghosted, and that's the Two of Cups. Oops. I left because you told me to, the Eight of Cups. So this is the Two of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So they left because potentially of another connection or another relationship, another pathway opening up. I'm too afraid to talk to you. I'm too afraid to tell you the reasons. I was too afraid to be honest, so I just simply disappeared because that was easier. And it really kind of, it speaks volumes about their emotional maturity and their ability to kind of face their own truth. We have think before you act. But that's the problem, is they didn't. It says, I miss you, do you, on the back of that deck. So let's take a look and see, are they going to contact you again? Are they going to reach out to pile number 3? Are they going to contact pile number 3? I just saw the Chariot, the Nine of Cups. There's a smugness to this person. They could be a Cancer energy though. Page of Swords. It's interesting because the Page of Swords came out in that exact position, I believe, for pile 1 or 2. I don't remember now, but again, it speaks to this person's emotional maturation and how they don't have the answers at all. You know, they don't have all the answers, and they're just kind of, it's like they're avoiding emotional work. We have the Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. I saw that together. Four of Cups. It's like they are giving themselves permission right now to be very passive with you. They are giving themselves permission and fanning their own confidence, fueling their own beliefs right now to give themselves permissions to be very passive. We have the Fool. And they keep being represented as a very young energy. And they may not be physically young, but emotionally, spiritually, there's a ways to go for them as far as maturing. Will they reach out? Five of Swords. Back of the deck is the Moon. Spirit says this person may not reach out. They may not reach out. Because they feel like if they do, it's just going to make conflict for them, and they're avoiding that because they're not mature enough to handle it. They're too afraid. They literally are too afraid. With the Moon, they're too afraid of what lies beyond. Even though it brings in clarity for you, it's too much of a risk for them. And because they feel like they've already, you can see with the Five of Swords, it's like people walking away and this person handling all of the swords, but they're not actually the winner because they've lost all these connections. But it's still them sitting there with this smugness, with this mentality of like, well, I'm the winner because I hold all the swords, I hold all the truth. But truly they're just reflecting their own inability to create change. And here at the Tower, they're really too afraid of facing the music. They're afraid of permanent change. So Spirit says they may not reach out. But they want this sort of their inaction towards you to serve as an opportunity for reflection, further reflection for you, because they say that there's epiphanies waiting for you amidst that journey and that pathway for them, that there's epiphanies waiting for you as well, because the Four of Cups is saying that we may be sitting in this connection sort of waiting for that closure to come in before we give ourselves permission to move forward. And Spirit's very, very adamant that once we leap back into life, once we return to life, so to speak, we have something so much better waiting for us. And they're so adamant that this Ten of Swords is letting go of this situation, letting go of this person and your expectations of this person is the very key for you to see things clearly, and the very key for things to turn around in your life, because they see someone so much better for you coming forward. Someone who is on your level, someone who is driven, and someone who's focused and not as wishy-washy and not as emotionally immature as this person too. So they're really just adamant that further reflection for you is needed too, so that you don't get lost in the same state of apathy that this situation has fueled for your person, has fueled for you. Because they still say that they are your constant companion through this, and they want you to be confident throughout this process, because something is coming for you that's so much better. Oops, something so much better. And they're even with the Ten of Cups, you know, the full spectrum of the rainbow. If we can keep our head high and follow that sun, if we can keep our head high and reflect upon the full spectrum, then we'll realize that all they've done for you here is allowed you to open up a new possibility for yourself as well. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Pile 3. Charm bowl for pile number 3, please. I keep hearing there's the frustrating delays that you experienced here. Spirit keeps saying that they've done you the biggest favor. They've done you the biggest favor because they have allowed this in-between time so that you can get them out of your mind. So that it's like out of sight, out of mind. And that's what we need. We need a clear out. We need to clear out the clutter to make way for something much, much bigger. Because it's this Nine of Cups is sideways. This is what's kind of at stake here. This beautiful dream. A relationship that is fulfilling, a relationship that is supportive, is waiting for you, even though we have frustrating delays. But the delay is very purposeful because it gives us an opportunity to rebalance our energies and to pull ourselves up out of an emotionally unfulfilling situation anyway. And that's what Spirit is really talking about. They want us to highlight for ourselves how unemotionally fulfilling this situation has been and continues to be. And that is an evidence of itself that we need to remove ourselves from it. But they understand that it takes time and patience for us to have that full awareness, full spectrum. We have here the pineapple, which is talking about friendships, reunions that we're looking for. But we have the hatchet and with big wrench in our plans, and we have the tower falling over. So, and we have the little wrench too. So Spirit's very, very adamant that there's a reason why, and here's the 4-leaf clover for good luck, because there is a reason why this hasn't worked out, and this is a symbol of luck being on your side, but we can't see that yet. But that lesson's coming. That lesson is coming for us. That we have something else actually coming in for us that's literally written in the stars for us. And it's this beautiful seed of potential with the 2 little acorns, but we have to plant them at the right time and in the right conditions in order to thrive. So it's very important for us to take that leap of faith when this opportunity opens up, and not to continue to hold space for people that aren't holding space for us in return. We have the Leo energy with the strength. So Leo energy, but also taking that leap of faith, because that is what's going to bring a forward peace. We have peace in the heart. We also have Cancer energy. And we have the whale tail going with the flow. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comment section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel by hitting your notification bell, your like button. It truly helps me to bring you guys more content. If you do hit your notification bell, be sure to drop that comment below so that I can enter you in for that chance to win a free reading. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day.